Well, good morning. Thanks so much for coming to the network breakfast. I really appreciate you dropping by. And I'm going to give each of our participants a 1 minute to say hi and to say what's going on in their part of the world, what they do, and then we'll carry on with tablets for 2021. So thanks for dropping by. And I'm going to say good morning to Marty Kelbell. Good morning, Marty.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Marty Kelbel from Caldwell Banker Smith Realty. And whatever your real estate needs may be, upsizing, downsizing, right sizing, empty nester, retirement, I could help you with all your needs and any of your friends. And I can do referrals around the USA if you want to be in sunny beach weather, as one of our clients is here.
Very good.
Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Marty. Okay, now we're going to say good morning to Rob Lord. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, everyone. I'm a financial advisor with Thrivent Financial, where we do full financial planning, investing, insurances, and all your needs. We view money as a tool and not a goal. Everybody's at a different place in their life, and we are here to help you out to get you to where you want to be. And that's not a whole minute.
Okay, Rob. Thank you so much. Now we're going to say good morning to Mike Bentley. Good morning.
Good morning, all. Life is a beach. Life is what you make it. I'm from the Brooks and Stafford Company. We are a full-service insurance agency. My area of experience and work is primarily in the health insurance and Medicare field. I work with small businesses, non-for-profits, and Medicare beneficiaries throughout the country. So if you have a question concerning your coverage or coverage for a family member, just ask Mike. Thank you.
Absolutely. Ask Mike. And we appreciate where Mike is. He's on vacation. That's Tahiti. Okay. Good morning to Chris Walters. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Good morning. Chris Walters with See-Through Windows. I provide vinyl replacement windows, patio doors, and glass block. At this point in time, just warning to everybody, the manufacturers are still 7 to 8 weeks out. And so if you've got a project coming up, please contact me as soon as possible so we can get this thing going. Right now, we're into March as far as deliveries. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. And last but certainly not least, good morning, Jeff Hexter.
Have you done your commercial, Tom?
No.
No, he has. I was just thinking that, Jeff.
Definitely not last then. Perhaps least. I'm Jeff Hexter with Always Keep Computing, and I am working with the home and the small office users who are stuck with their technology questions and have run out of people to ask. Lately, I've had a lot of printer issues people have been having. Maybe their printer's not connecting to the Wi-Fi. Maybe it's connecting and disconnecting from the Wi-Fi. Maybe they just need somebody to make sure their tablet and their computers can both print to the same printer. I'm running from home to home and small office to small office, troubleshooting those issues these days. Jeff Hexter, Always Keep Computing. We pull out our hair so you don't have to.
Very good. Thank you, Jeff. And thanks for being here. Thanks to all our participants for being here today. Now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to move on with the tablets for 2021. And it's going to look just like this. Okay, the best tablets for 2021. There's a few samples right there. Tablets are great for playing games, reading, doing homework, keeping kids entertained in the back seat of the car, and a whole lot more. Whether you're looking for an Android or an Apple, here's what to consider. And I just want to mention at the top, it's by these two fellas from PC Magazine, the online version of PC Magazine. We want to give them credit for compiling this list. So we start with this is the first of the top 11 tablets. You'll see on the left there, Apple iPad Air. It's no trick to be real good when it's $550. This is the 4th generation iPad Air. It gives you the power of an iPad Pro for less money, making it the best Apple tablet to buy in 2020 or 2021 in our case. And the pros for this particular unit is the super fast processor and the internet speeds that can produce. It has excellent cameras and fantastic build quality. The actual case of it is very, very high quality. The cons are unimpressive battery life. The iPad OS still doesn't multitask as well as a Mac computer does or Windows computer. The Apple's iPad line defines tablets for most people. As we mentioned it a little earlier, people tend to call all of these iPads, but they're actually all tablets. iPads are powerful, widely known, and simple. Most schools and businesses understand and cater to iPad users. This year, the $599 iPad Air offers so much more than the lesser $329 iPad base unit, which we'll get to in a couple of minutes, that it's worth taking the step, if you can afford it, to upgrade to this particular iPad Air. For the increase in price, you get a larger screen, stronger audio, faster networking, a much more powerful processor, better Apple Pencil support, and a superior build. That makes the 4th generation iPad Air a good long-term investment and the best Apple tablet to buy in 2020 and 2021. It also earns the iPad Air for the Editor's Choice for PC Magazine. Everyone understands iPad. They've had one or they've seen somebody with one, so it's a very familiar platform. This particular iPad Air is it looks and feels more like the iPad Pro rather than the lesser standard iPad. It's almost the same size as the current 10.2-inch iPad, although it's a touch slimmer and it's lighter. So if all of that means anything to you, then certainly go with this one, and you'll see that it has almost the entire 5 stars. We'll go on to the next one. Would be the Onyx Books Note Air. It's well priced, well built, and extremely flexible e-link tablet for academics, students, and others who work with textbooks or letter-sized documents. The pros, it is great to look at. It's gorgeous, premium build. It's broad format and application support. This is the standard Android, rather than there's a version of Android that runs on the next one we're going to talk about, which is Amazon Fire. It's more restricted, but this is the full-blown Android version. It has a pen with a magnetic attachment, which unfortunately all the Apple iPads, it doesn't. It doesn't connect the same way that the Note Air does, and you'll see that it's slightly less than the iPad Air for 2020. There's also a better model that we'll get to called the Books Maxi Lumini that is really high end. But this one, you'll see at the top here, best for academics and college students. They need to get things done. This is the way to do it. We'll go on to the next one. Okay, the next one is the Amazon Fire HD. The pros, solid performance for the price, good battery life. It has the USB-C connector. It has Fire OS 7, which brings many improvements. The operating system is Fire OS 7. The cons are its limited app selection, because it's the Amazon version of Android, and the speakers and the cameras aren't really what they should be. But as you can see on Amazon, it's way less expensive than the first two we talked about. So even being in this same group, it must be worth looking at. It's a 10-inch tablet, and for $150, not bad. It's not bad. When it comes to budget-friendly tablets, Amazon's Fire is hard to beat with higher quality builds, more intuitive software, and much better warranties than most of the competition. It has a more powerful processor than it used to, more RAM, and of course the Fire OS 7, which is a plus. And it's a 10-inch tablet. Many of the Apple iPads use that 9.7 to 10.2 inch format. So it's right in there, but it's way less expensive. $150 gets you right in there. So that may be something you want to take a look at. As far as I do have here that it's available in black, blue, purple, or white, if that makes a difference to you. Most folks just get white ones or black ones. And it's a 10.1 inch display. Let's see if anything else here we need to know. No, I think that's it. It's also just a shade over 1 pound, if that's an issue for you. So that's pretty nice. Let's move on to our fourth of our first panel here, which is the what we would call the standard iPad. And you'll see for 2020, $279 at Amazon. That's not bad. When you get a standard iPad, most folks are used to paying $400, $500, $600 for a standard iPad. So this one comes in at $279 if you're a Prime member of Amazon, which is pretty good. And the pros are it's a good alternative to a Chromebook for students. The pros also include fast, affordable, and and being that it's iOS, it has an excellent app library. There's many things that run on a Apple iPad. Now the cons are lackluster front-facing camera. It's not that super high quality that we're used to with iPads, and it's a single-user OS, and also it has a dated design. You'll see the bezel is larger than the other models, but you're getting it at a bargain price, and it's an excellent value. As it says here, the base level of iPad continues to be an excellent value. Now we'll go on to our second group of 4 in the top 11. Okay, now we're going to look at an Apple iPad mini. $384, not bad. Apple's iPad mini is the only small premium tablet you should consider buying right now. The pros for that are a powerful processor, solid screen, it has broad LTE options, and it supports the Apple Pencil, which is nice. It's very light and easy to carry. The cons are that the Apple Pencil that goes with it isn't the better model that goes with the Apple iPad Pros. And also, you'll notice that the design looks like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago type design on the iPad mini. But at $399 or on Amazon for $384.99, it almost has all the power of an iPhone XS, but it's half the price. It's a tablet to get if you have demanding software needs, but you want something that will fit in a hand, a lab coat, or on a vehicle mount. Apple has done its usual yeoman job here, and there aren't many other tablets on the market that both small and powerful. So this particular model from 2019, they still sell it now, is the magazine's choice for someone who needs a smaller unit. It's the best for power and portability. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. That would be the Onyx Books Max Lumini. We're back up into the high-priced area. It's $879. But if you'll notice the size of that screen, it's 13.3 inches. It has a very high refresh rate, and it has Google Play compatibility. It also includes the stylus or the pencil. The cons are, the number one con, of course, is that it's expensive. Also, the stylus, the pencil, lags in some applications. This big screen Android 10e Ink tablet lets you do full-size computing on a restful E-Link ink screen. And you'll see that it has 4 out of 5 stars. So it's a pretty good tablet, but it's also pricey. Let's see if there's anything we should know about this. It has, let's see, it has the open Android OS, which means you have more applications available than you would on an Amazon Android tablet. That big screen, the resolution is 2200 by 1650, which is kind of nice. And it goes on to say what the chip is, but rest assured it's fast and it'll do everything you need to do. And if you're not sold on iPads, this is the one to take a look at least in this price range. So we'll go to our next guy here. Best for 5G road warriors. The new 5G format. A lot of us are going to look into getting something 5G. Maybe you're going to want to be interested in getting a 5G phone. Well, this particular Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus is 5G ready. And you'll see there it says the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus wows with a strong performance and a gorgeous 12.4-inch Super AMOLED display. So you know it's really going to be crisp. It's going to look beautiful. And it comes, it has an S Pen and an optional 5G, make it the best Android productivity tablet that you can get. And you can see there at Best Buy with free shipping is $779. So it's at that high range, but you're getting a one heck of a tablet. Now let's look at the pros and the cons. The pros are, once again, it's solid built quality. You're gonna know that you have a real high end tablet here, and that screen with the AMOLED display. And let's see, the textured S Pen tip makes writing on the screen feel natural, and of course, having that 5G connectivity option is definitely a pro. The cons are the S Pen can easily become dislodged. The cons are Android app integration still falls behind the iPad OS, and optional book covered keyboard case feels flimsy. So that's maybe we should look a little more. We'll drill down into this one a little bit more. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 is the most capable Android productivity tablet on the market. In addition to being the first to support 5G, it also is a performance powerhouse that can handle multitasking with ease. Though its starting price of $849, which doesn't include 5G or the carrier subscription to use it, nor the book cover keyboard case, looks steep, it's one of the few viable laptop alternatives on the market, especially if you often commute or travel and don't want to bother with a hotspot. With impressive features, incredible performance, and all-day battery life, it's the best Android tablet you can buy right now. And it, once again, wins the PC Magazine Editor's Choice. Okay. So that looks like a pretty Pretty nice unit right there. Okay, now we're going to move to the Amazon Fire 8. Now look at that. We're going a tenth the price. Amazon's inexpensive Fire HD tablet continues to be an excellent value for the price, but its poor app store is really starting to feel limiting. And the pros are, of course, the glaring pro would be it's inexpensive, but it does have long battery life and excellent audio, and it has hands-free Alexa support. Okay. And the cons are limited app compatibility and sluggish performance. But for $89.99, you could wait. This is an Amazon product, and Amazon has sold its low-cost Fire tablet lineup for years, and it isn't shy about making it clear that it's a way to enjoy Amazon content on the go, letting the company offer a quality product for a relatively low price. The latest Fire HD for $89.99 is a cute, easy-to-use 8-inch tablet that works entirely within Amazon's walled garden. For basic streaming video, picture books, kids' games, and Zoom calls, it's the best tablet value out there today with a faster processor and more RAM than the 2018 model. But because Amazon restricts the Fire HD to its own inadequate app store, you don't get nearly the range of services you'll find on other Android and Apple tablets. So, but for $90, wow. Okay. Get another panel here. Good. Okay, Lenovo Yoga Smart Tab, $199 is sort of like right in there, a little bit more than that last one. The Lenovo Yoga Smart Tab is a versatile Android tablet that does double duty as a smart display. I have a similar unit that I use with my flight simulator, and I have the gauges for the panel of the airplane on my Lenovo Yoga Smart, and I put that in front of the 3 other monitors, so it has all the gauges. So it does connect very easily, and it does a very good job, and it was only $200. Now, the pros for this particular unit, the Yoga Smart Tab, has a good screen, and the speakers are good with multimedia streaming. It has a versatile form factor, and it doubles as a smart display. The cons are its underwhelming performance, and it runs a dated version of Android. But it being that it's in this price range, let's continue on a little bit, because this is something that most of us can afford if we just want to get something we can use that is not going to set us back too far, and we could play games and watch videos, watch our YouTube. The Yoga Smart Tab with Google Assistant is $299, is an interesting tablet. And on one hand, and it's a basic Android slate with pretty much average specs and performance for the price. On the other hand, it doubles as a very capable smart display, thanks to a solid screen, good speakers, and deep Google Assistant integration. And that's the point. The Yoga Smart Tab isn't meant to be a productivity powerhouse. It's built for media consumption, and that is where it excels. Okay. Now let's move on to this next guy, which many of you may not even known, but Walmart has entered the tablet business, and this is the best for low-cost Android access. It's called ONN 8-inch tablet. I imagine you could pronounce that. I couldn't. The pros for this particular unit: it's inexpensive, it runs relatively stock Android, and it has decent performance. But at $94.05 at Walmart, wow. The cons are poor battery life and lackluster display and cameras. So you're not getting this one for how it shows you images or how you can create your own images with the camera. Walmart's 8-inch ONN tablet is a solid alternative to Amazon's Fire line for anyone who prefers traditional Android software to the Amazon-focused Fire OS. It's an interesting tablet, and 8-inch, not bad. There is actually a base model that is $64. Wow. But one we're showing here is $94.05. Okay. Now, just to drill down a little bit further, the ONN tablet is a plastic slab that measures in around 8.3 by 5 inches, and it weighs 12 ounces. The front houses an 8-inch display surrounded by a large black bezels, while the back is made of textured navy blue plastic. The top of the tablet is home to a headphone jack and a micro SD slot, which you'll probably need since there's only 11 gigabytes of available storage out of the box. A volume rocker and power button are on the right side of the tablet. The left is bare, and the bottom holds the micro USB charging port. So that's another one of those that you could buy and just throw around and have fun with. Not much of a productivity, but you can have fun with it, with games and things like that. And it does use the traditional Android rather than the Amazon cut down Amazon App Store. Okay. Now we're going to look at our last one, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. And it says it's an affordable, creative, and note-taking tablet for users who prefer to stay on the Android side of things rather than moving to the iPad. Okay, the pros are that the S Pen stylus is included, rich stereo speakers, good build quality. The cons are it's not an OLED screen. There's no hardware keyboard attachment, and it has poor gaming performance. So you have to consider that if you're going to buy one of these. Creativity comes easy with the $349.99 Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, the best way you can get an active stylus tablet at a relatively low cost. The S Pen is included, and it gives you a pen experience for $80 less than the base iPad Plus Apple Pencil, making this tablet a good choice for people who do note-taking or art on a budget. The base iPad remains the editor's choice for the magazine because it's so much more creative software available on this platform than on the Amazon Android platform. The Android tablet world is a little odd. There's a vibrant range of sub-$200 media tablets, such as the Amazon Fire line and Walmart's ONN tablets. But above that, the market is so dominated by various iPads that Android tablets get relatively little air. Samsung is still out there swinging, though, with its low mid-range Tab A line and its high-end Tab S6, and now a 64 gigabyte S6 Lite, which competes with the 32 gigabyte base model of the iPad, which is $329. So you get more storage for around the same dough. The tablet doesn't feel low end, and it's made of classy matte gray material measuring 9.6 by 6.1, and it's about 1/4 inch thick, and it weighs 16.4 ounces. There's a mid-size, even bezel around the screen, which means no home button or fingerprint sensor. So you'll have to get used to Samsung's relatively insecure face unlock by typing in a passcode. A USB-C port sits on the bottom with a standard 3.5 millimeter, that's a 1/8 inch stereo mini jack at the top. And the magazine says that last is especially welcome because most tablets these days do not have the 1/8 inch stereo mini anywhere on it. iPhones have dumped that several units ago. The S6 Lite has dual speakers on the sides, which gives surprisingly good stereo separation. You can really tell the channels when you're listening to music or watching videos. And that brings us to the end of the top 11 tablets. And I'm wondering if any of you had any of these. Let's go back and look at some of the other names. Apple iPad Air, Onyx Books Note Air, Amazon Fire, Apple iPad, the standard model for $279.99, not bad. The Apple iPad Mini from 2019, they still sell that model for $384, and it has that relatively small. You can fit it almost anywhere, and it works well in an automobile with a little carrier or something. And the Onyx Books Maxi Lumini, that at least for ours comparisons here, is a nice big screen, and it has a lot going for it if you lean towards the Android iOS. Samsung Galaxy Tab S7, Amazon Fire HD, and of course the last three we just looked at. Are most of us, anybody here use the Android format for any of their tablets or phones? So we're all Apple people?
Oh, I'm an Android.
Phone user, but you don't have an Android
phone
tablet, do
user.
you, Chris?
I don't have a tablet.
Yeah.
How many have a tablet? Does everyone have a tablet? I had asked that on the chat. I don't know if anyone read my chat. I was just curious.
Oh,
I have one, but I don't use it. I found it not worth using.
Because of what?
I just didn't do what I needed to do. It was just, it was one of those, I bought a computer or a phone and it was one of these freebies that came with it, and it just wasn't worth it.
All right. I found that tablets are better for consuming content than for creating content.
yes. Right. Productivity is rather low on most tablets to try to, especially generating artwork or documents from scratch. You're better off on any laptop. Although the larger, more powerful iPads, in my experience, and in some cases the Androids, you can use what we've talked about in the past. Maybe we should revisit Google Docs, Google Drive, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and if you're well versed in using that, you can use an iPad or any of these Android units to generate fresh content, actual data, without having to store it, because it'll be on Google Drive.
I saw somebody do an experiment where they used an iPad Pro to do actual work video editing, and they were successful. It was not quite the same as doing it on a Macintosh or on a Windows machine, but they were able to accomplish their job.
Yeah.
And it wasn't odious. It was doable.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've tried a few things on my iPad Pro with the pencil, and I just find I rather have even though it's almost 13 inches, I rather be working on any one of my 27-inch screens, because I have more real estate and I have a better handle on actually selecting text, selecting images, copying, pasting, typing.
Sure.
It just goes smoother on a machine. But yeah, I have, let's go back and see which ones I have of this. Yeah, I have a iPad mini. I have a Amazon Fire. It's a 7-inch model. I have an old iPad. I think it's like 3rd generation, which can't update anymore. I have a mini. I don't have any Ankhs. None. And I do have a Samsung Galaxy Tab. And I already said I had a Fire, so I have that one. And I have a Yoga Smart Tab, which I use for a flight simulator.
What are you seeing as the life expectancy of these devices? How many years?
Actually, they didn't mention about the length of usage, especially for the lower end models, the ones that are 100 or less. They'll probably stop updating the OS, and it just won't run properly before the actual unit. I mean, I have an iPad 1.
Oh,
and it boots up, and I can play solitaire, but you can't do anything else with it. So the iPad outlived its OS, especially for Apple. They love making things too old to update and making you, if you want to continue on this platform, you need to get a newer unit. Yeah. So
this is
yes.
a 1st generation iPod Touch.
Wow. So, yeah, they didn't really delve into how long they last. And I don't know what you could expect. I have, like I said, I have an iPad 1, which is many years old. And of course, the iPad Pro, I think now is coming up on.
Oh my God.
It's a collection of old iPhones and iPods that you can't do anything with.
Wow. Okay. So there you have it. Any questions? Any comments about any of this tablet?
It's very informative and helpful.
Right.
Thank you.
I just think you need to know what you're going to do with it before you select it, because it's still a solution in search of a problem. And if you don't have a real problem to solve, you're spending money on something that is just going to become a worthless device.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
why I never went that way, because
Yeah.
of all the things I do.
so here we have a device that I have them less for productivity and more because I need to know how they all work so that I could help others with the Android from Amazon, Android from Samsung, or the standard standard Android, and also all of the different flavors of iPads. I'm quite often asked to set up emails and other things on iPads, as well as connecting an iPad to other Macs or iPhones, so that when your iPhone rings, you can answer it on your iPad. That's a common occurrence. I have, when my iPhone goes off, 3 of my iPads ring also. So I could answer anything that's close to me. I can just swipe and go in and say hello, and they can hear me through the phone using an iPad. So that's it. Thanks for your kind attention, and I appreciate it. And now I'm going to stop the share, and we can get back to this. Okay. So,
Still recording.
yes, still recording. We're still putting the content out there, but
I think we should go back and look at Google Docs again. That was 3 or 4 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll do that next week. I'll do Google Docs, and most of us have an account. We just don't use it, and I think we should, because of the fact that you may not need to carry your laptop with you. You can use one of the tablets we talked about today. Even the cheapest of them, you can generate documents using Google Docs and your browser. And whether you have a hotspot or if your tablet, like the one tablet we mentioned, actually has 5G, which is lightning fast. Now you have to pay for that, of course. But if you have a Wi-Fi tablet, all you need is a hotspot, or if you're in a Wi-Fi area, and you could generate documents using Google Docs and or slides, and it'll be there for you when you go back home and log in from your home computer. It'll be in your Google Drive. So we'll look at that next week and to see how all of this will tie up. So here we have we're coming to the end of another Tuesday. Thanks for your kind attention. Jeff, Chris, Mike, Rob Lord, Shalom, thanks for coming on in. And of course, Marty Kelbell. And we'll talk to you again next Tuesday morning. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you then. Bye.